and letters with a black outline and a green trim down the side. We are just about set for action here at the Times Union Center. Saw a few Siena fans make their way into the building, trying to get a preview of what Saturday night may hold for them and their Saints.
Well, when you're the back-to-back champions, everyone has an eye on you. The Saints are well aware they play the winner of this basketball game here, but they understand that the Jaspers are the back-to-back champs. They want to know what they're doing. If they can get a leg up in any way, they'll try to do it.
The Manhattan women won their 6-11 matchup earlier today. They will face Marist Saturday at noon. The Manhattan men hoping they get it to the weekend in their 6-11 contest against the Red Foxes. It'll be Rich Williams for Manhattan on the tip. And for Marist, yet to break their huddle to our left, it'll be Kentrell Brooks. Manhattan will move right to left, Marist left to right here in this first half. Almost an hour and a half later than expected, but the quest for 3 in a row for the Manhattan College Jaspers is officially underway. Williams wins the tip back to Storrs, and the Jaspers move right to left. Tyler Wilson controls as he's met by Khalid Hart. Man-to-man defense for Marist to start out. Richards, right side for Wilson. Looking to find Waterman down low. Instead, Rich between the circles. Williams with the right hand drives inside off the window. No good. Waterman a putback dunk, but a foul before the shot. It's going to go on Brian Parker, the freshman, and Williams will be at the line for 2.
One of the things we talk about Rich Williams all the time, being aggressive, like him going strong to the bucket there with his right hand, drawing contact, earning himself a trip to the line.
First foul on the freshman Parker as Williams hits on the first free throw. Rich on the season, 79% from the charity stripe.
That's a great start for Rich. Rich Williams, all MAAC type talent. That may be motivation. He was not named to any of the teams. A lot of times guys, when they come into the tournament, they have that chip on their shoulder, knowing in their mind they should have been on one of the teams.
He hits both as Manhattan leads 2-0, 30 seconds in. Paulson to the free throw line for Brooks. Turnaround jumper on the way. Back iron, rolls around, no good. Waterman, a rebound for Manhattan. Tyler Wilson looking to run the floor for the Jaspers. Pulls back, leaves it for Richards. And now around for Storrs, right wing. Tyler driving at the elbow, out for Williams. Rich, jab step on Paulson, the freshman. Pulls it back out, finds Storrs right side. Waterman, baseline, now he'll drive against Brooks. Waterman right to the rim, had it knocked away, stolen by Khalid Hart.
Khalil Hart on that baseline with the help side defense. Good strong hands with the steal.
Hart to the left side for Isaiah Lamb. And now near right wing, Paulson, they work it around the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock. 1 minute gone by here in the first. Parker spins in the lane with the left hand. Too strong, no good. Put back, follow, no good. But a foul underneath the basket. It's on Kentrell Brooks, his first, giving a shove to Rich Williams on the rebound.
That's where Parker is so tough, even as a guard, able to get deep into that lane to get the shot up.
Lanky, 6'2". The young man out of Cleveland, Ohio.
He and Khalil Hart, strong frames for guards.
Every single guy on the floor right now will be back next year for Marist. Preseason 10, you know they'll be ranked higher than that when the rankings come out next year as Williams drives inside, pops from 4 feet, rattled in, and the Jaspers lead 4-0.
Rich Williams with 2 good moves going to the basket. The first one going to his right, that one going to his left with the right hand floater over the rim.
90 seconds into this contest. Rich Williams 4, Marist nothing. Parker. Top of the key for Hart. Around to the left side for Paulson in front of the Jasper bench. Man, that 2-3 zone, deep 3 for Hart, and he hit it.
That's the start that Hart would love to have against the Jaspers. The long-range 3.
Khalid Hart 4th in the conference in three-pointers, made just under 2.5. They get it down low for Richards, and he got a nice, easy lay-in. Pretty pass from Rich Williams to find Richards underneath.
Williams from the top of the key finds Shane Richards in the paint area. You usually see Shane on the perimeter.
Lamb tried to bounce it in for Brooks, but it ricocheted off of Shane Richards' foot out of bounds. Couple of substitutions, a trio. Rich Williams, Tyler Wilson, Zane Waterman check out. Samson Aquilo, Calvin Crawford, Tom Capuano check in.
Understanding this is a marathon, not a sprint, Coach Masiello gets subs in early.
Jaspers with only 8 available players on the roster. Paulson looking to inbound, finds Brooks on the left block. He bounced pass into the lane, cutting inside was Lamb. Rather, Parker had it knocked away momentarily. Hart on the right side. Drives into the lane up against Aquilo. Awkward shot. In and out, no good. Aquilo, a good wall up and a better rebound. Here comes Manhattan leading 6-3, 17-25 to play in the first. Crawford, right baseline. Backs down on Paulson. Now kicks out for Stores. And the fifth-year senior resets.
In the second matchup versus Marist, Calvin Crawford played very well. 20 points.
Capuano, top of the key, left side for Stores with 8 to shoot. Rashawn around an Aquilo screen, drives. Aquilo's open on the baseline. Instead, Stores dumps it in for Sampson and lays it in. Nicely done for Manhattan there on that offensive set, and they lead at 8-3.
Senior leadership of Rashawn Stores, understanding that screen and roll. Again, it was a late pass, but Sampson caught it and finished.
Thought they may have missed the window to find Aquilo as Parker in the lane against Richards. Missed it short, no good. Capuano saved the rebound, but referee Earl Walton says Cap stepped on the line as he touched the basketball.
Making it really difficult for Parker, catching that ball in the lane, but each shot he's taken has been highly contested.
Kristen Paulson to trigger with 17 seconds on the shot clock. Paulson looking for an inbound. Throws it way up top. Richards stole the inbound. Shane easily picked up. Now he drives in on Hart. Up against the window. Got it to go. Jaspers by 7. 10-3. 16:40 to play in the first.
Shane Richards also in attack mode. Thought he was going to pull that basketball out, but in transition going strong to the glass, challenging Hart.
Jaspers have not missed a shot. 4 for 4 from the floor. 2 of 2 from the line. They lead by 7. Brooks, top of the key for Marist. Into the corner. Lamb driving. Baseline. Tried to dunk it over Richards. Had to lay it in. Either way, Marist gets back on the board. They trail by 5.
That's a big-time move by Lamb going on the baseline. Thought he was going to extend to dunk it, but showed his athleticism, put it in softly.
Aquilo, top of the key for Crawford. Calvin looking for Richards off a flare. He has him right side. 3 ball on the way. It's a long 2, and he hit it. Shane Richards with 6 points to start. Manhattan still perfect from the floor.
Offensively, the Jaspers are locked and loaded, ready to play.
Hart between the circles. Right side, Paulson. And now to the left wing for Lamb. Back for Hart. 15:40 to play here in the first. 15 on the shot clock for Marist. Brooks near right wing, and now to the left side for Hart again. Back for Brooks as they pass it around the perimeter. Richards poked a pass away. Got to Paulson. Head fake and now into the corner. 3 ball on the way for Lamb. No good. Long rebound pulled in by Stores. Rashawn, right side for Capuano. Cappy pulls it back out, leaves it for Crawford. Stores between the circles. Manhattan, all pistons firing here to start this first half. Crawford, top of the key against Paulson. Left side for Stores. Looking to get it into Shane Richards. He's being hounded by Lamb. 7 to shoot. Stores drives in on Parker. Stores hangs off the window. Couldn't get it to go. Crawford couldn't corral the rebound. It's out of bounds to Marist.
Not a bad shot. Shot clock going down. Rashawn Stores using that screen and roll deep into the lane. Just a tough shot to make.
First miss by Manhattan. They lead by 7, 12-5. 5 minutes into this contest. This is Manhattan College men's basketball in the MAAC tournament on the Jasper Sports Network.
Those are Howie's. I'm not taking Howie's water. Water? Well, I'm dying, but I can do it mine. That would have been a fun one to call.
I needed the end to happen. I couldn't have gone another overtime. I had to pee so bad.
Oh my God. Those are the worst.
My eyes were yellow. That's the second time this year we've gone to triple overtime.
We had one against Siena at home.
Oh, That's fantastic.
On a Monday night.
What's that?
Phil loves you.
Awesome dude, yeah.
Phil loves you, man.
Like, why is he messing around? Go play the game. You're in overtime.
12-5 Manhattan leading, rather 13-5, excuse me, Manhattan leading Marist. They went and reviewed that Shane Richards 3 and gave it to him. So Manhattan leads by 8. They're large to the game. 5 minutes in, smooth. Great start for the defending champs.
Love the start from the defending champs. I like the way Rich Williams comes out, really aggressive, going to the basket. I've said time and time again, don't like him preferring to take a 3 to start the game off. Again, when he makes it, it's great. But if he's putting pressure on the defense, it opens everything up for everyone else. Great start for the Jaspers on the offensive end. Defense, solid also.
Shane Richards with 7 points. He needs 10 to tie for 8th all-time in Manhattan's scoring list, as Wilson almost came away with a steal. Needs 10 to tie Larry Lembo for what would be 8th all-time as a jumper from Hart. No good. Rich Williams, the strong rebound. Rich back into the contest, as is Tyler Wilson and Zane Waterman. Shane Richards at the left elbow. Lost where he was going and now finds Rich Williams. Left side, Shane. Head fake on a 3. Drives in with the left hand. Scoop shot in the air. Nice adjustment by Richards to lay it home.
That's a beautiful move by Shane Richards with a strong up fake. 2 dribbles, gets into the lane using his left hand.
Manhattan by 10. Parker between the circles. Right side. On the elbow, out for Hart. Head fake on a 3. Double team by Wilson and Williams. And now Eric Trug, top of the key. Drives in on Waterman. Floater, too strong, no good. Rebound tipped around. Pulled in by Brian Parker. He has a fresh 30 for Marist. Out for Knudsen. Around for Funk. And Funk, wow, he got hit right in the jaw by Tom Capuano. Incidental contact as Cap was flashing out to defend the 3 from Ryan Funk. And Cap caught him with an elbow right to the neck.
Jaspers were in scramble mode there. Funk, a very good shooter, understanding that you want to keep these guys off the three-point line. Capuano runs into him, call for the foul.
So Cap checks out. He's replaced by Matt Maloney. Rashawn Storrs also in. He'll give Shane Richards a breather. And for Marist, Brian Parker checks out. 5 on the floor for the Red Foxes. Khalid Hart, along with Ryan Funk, Kristen Paulson, David Knudsen, and Eric Trug. You don't see much of Trug, the senior, anymore, one of their more formidable big men.
Right.
But he has not fit into the new style of head coach Mike Maker, as Trug bounce pass down low for Funk, and he's foul on his way up.
Well, Trug makes a very good pass there on the baseline. Reluctant to score the ball. He wants to rebound, set screens, and pass.
That's been what he's done the most in his 4 years out of Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Been a very good passer, very good shot blocker and rebounder. As Funk at the free throw line, his first is good. Gets Marist back on the board. The Red Fox is just 2 of 9 from the floor. Manhattan 6 of 7. Funk hits on the second free throw. 8-point lead, Manhattan 15-7.
Funk and Paulson, very good shooters. They benefit from Hart and Parker.
Ryan Funk had a career high against Manhattan down at Draddy back in December, as Matt Maloney with the right hand. Leaves it for Rich Williams between the circles. Rich, deep 3 on the way. Front rim, no good. Rebound, corralled by Rashawn Storrs. And then he is fouled, weaving through traffic. It's going to go on Paulson. I thought there would have been a foul underneath. Trug and Waterman having a great battle underneath the rim.
And they were locked up going for that rebound, but you see Storrs getting after it, going after the 50-50 rebound, coming up with it.
Steve Masiello said it to his pregame, "We will go as they go," referencing his seniors, Storrs and Richards.
And he said it doesn't depend on their numbers, their attitude and their passion.
Storrs already with 2 rebounds here, as Waterman gets the inbound, and it's knocked out of bounds by Knudsen. So now the inbounds comes in front of the Marist bench. 13:37 to play in the first. Manhattan leading by 8 at 15-7. Richards to trigger. Storrs all the way in the backcourt, and that's where he'll throw it. Rashawn walks it across with Tyler Wilson, Rich Williams, Shane Richards, and Zane Waterman. Richards, 3-ball, right side, rattled it home. Shane, a perfect 5 for 5 to start. He's got 12 points and now ranks 8th all-time in Manhattan scoring.
Shane Richards has come out like a first-team All-MAAC performer that he is.
Knudsen to the right elbow for Trug. Looks to work in on Waterman, backs him down, spins with the right hand off the window, too strong, and it's Williams the board. Quickly out on the run, Tyler Wilson throwing it ahead for Waterman, running the lane, and he laid it home. What a pass from Tyler Wilson. Jaspers by 13, 20-7.
Zane Waterman running the floor, beating everyone down the floor. Great pass by Tyler Wilson.
And a foul, rather a travel on Marist. Turnover, Manhattan basketball. Tyler Wilson with his second assist. He has now passed Keaton Hyman for third on Manhattan's single-season assist leader with 152 this year. Next up, if he can get there, he needs 14 to tie Muggsy Green.
You asked a question earlier, Christian, about the intensity level, the difference between the regular season and the postseason. The way the Jaspers have come out, they've raised the level of intensity. Marist isn't there just yet.
Left side for Shane Richards. Head fake. Now he drives in on Parker. Wraparound pass for Stores. Out for Rich Williams. Rich, stutter step, hops into the lane. Dumps it off for Calvin Crawford. Ball is loose, still on the floor, and it is going to be pulled in by Shane Richards, and he calls timeout. What a heads-up play. That's what Steve Matsiel is talking about when he says, we go as our seniors go.
Case in point there. Looks like it was a broken play. Rich Williams loses the handle, tries to get into Calvin. Calvin goes on the floor. Ball is loose. It looks as though Marist players should be able to get that basketball. Shane Richards dives on the floor, understanding what this game is about. Those are the small plays that add up for a championship-type season.
Brian Parker was closer than Richards. When
Correct.
Shane was here at half court, Parker was down by the free throw line, and that ball squirted out maybe about the high hash mark. That should be an easy ball for Parker to get to, but Richards, as you mentioned, recognizing what's at stake here, made a beeline for the basketball, dove on the floor, immediately corralled it, and called timeout.
Those are winning plays that need to be made, and they're contagious.
Manhattan shooting 80% here in this first half. Meanwhile, Marist just 20%. 2 of 10 are the Red Foxes. Manhattan 8 of 10. Shane Richards with 12 points. He has now passed Larry Lembo. He is 8th all-time in Manhattan scoring. His 2 threes, again, continuing and pushing his career record further out of reach than what it has been in Manhattan history. Meanwhile, how about this for Tyler Wilson? 2 assists, already past Keaton Hyman with 1 more. He'll become just the 11th member of the 300 assist club in Manhattan college history.
That's a great group to be a part of. Keaton Hyman, I played with him. I was a senior when he was a freshman. Very good basketball player. Quick guard, could get into the lane. Fast as could be. Pressure defense, he would fit well in this system. So that's great company to be with.
Tyler Wilson he's right on the heels of his teammate Rashawn Stores. Rashawn sitting 9th all-time, tied with Muggsy Green. And Stores better watch out. He might get past in this conference tournament.
Well, again, Stores, he's trying to win another championship. And these guys aren't really locked in on individual records and what they do. However, when you look back on your career when you're much older, when you're like a smooth, you like to see the individual things. But right now, it's team basketball.
Rashawn Stores with the Jaspers. Back to the action. Stores drives right inside. Got it to go. Stores with the shot clock running down, went right down the right side of the lane and got the scoop shot. Manhattan in total control at 15. Brooks at the right elbow for Marist. Out for Paulson, left wing. Out for Hart now. Top of the key. Khalid Hart drives left side, driving inside. Off it. No, a blocking foul. Counted and 1. Thought Tyler Wilson was there in time to draw the charge. Instead, Hart will be at the line for 1 more.
Khalil Hart recognizing the Jaspers are really trying to guard against the three-point shot. Makes the up fake, gets deep into the lane. Tyler Wilson late trying to gain the charge. Hart looking for the and 1.
So Hart at the line. 23rd ranked scorer in the country. 85% free throw shooter. Missed it. Rich Williams with a rebound for Manhattan. 4 points, 3 boards for Rich here in this first half. 8 minutes gone by. Jaspers by 13, 22-9. Richards around a screen from Crawford. Reverses it for Rich. And now Williams one-on-one against Parker. Dribble handoff for Capuano. Cap splits a double team. Drives inside. Hangs in the air. Counted and 1!
Capuano, that's what he's done much better as the season has progresses. He's understanding where he can pick his spots. Screen was to his right, elected to go strong to the left. No help side defense on the backside. Strong enough to finish. He's looking for an and 1. I love the development of this young man.
This is a young man who, as you talked about, Smooth, just a freshman. Misses on the and 1 opportunity. Tracked down his own rebound. Drives right baseline. Kicks it out for Richards. 3 ball on the way. Got it! Shane Richards buries it. Manhattan up 27-9, 11.5 to play in the first.
Now we talk about the play when Shane dives on the floor. Look at Capuano. 2 Marist players were near that basketball. He outraces both of them, not going to the basket to score. Dishes it out to Shane for another 3.
Khalid Hart trapped at midcourt. Leaves it left side. Paulson steps into a 3 from the left wing. Too strong, no good. Rebound put in by Brooks, and an offensive foul on Kentrell Brooks, shoving off of Rashawn Storrs.
Right now the Jaspers in a great rhythm on the offense and defensive end of the basketball, really putting the heat on Marist.
Foul is on Brooks. That is his second, team's fifth. Zane Waterman checks back in. He'll replace Rich Williams. Brooks is going to stay on the floor here for Marist. They've got a deep bench. They don't use it that much, though.
And that's a risky maneuver because of the length we talked about with Brooks. He's one of those players. He can change things when you get close to the paint area.
11 minutes to play in this first half. Picking up a third foul would be so detrimental to Marist. Richards left side for Storrs. 10 on the shot clock. Leaves it for Capuano. Cap driving in. Reverses it for Waterman. On the left block, Zane dribbled it off of Marist. Jasper basketball with 5 seconds to shoot. See the out-of-bounds play they draw up here. Storrs will trigger underneath. 5 on the shot clock. Right inside. Storrs pulled a Steve Nash. Hit it off Kentrell Brooks and laid it in himself.
Heady play by Storrs. He has been struggling shooting the basketball, but again, because of his high basketball IQ, able to get a nice one there, a layup.
That's a cheeky play from the fifth-year seniors. Kentrell Brooks is blocked by Calvin Crawford. Calvin gets the rebound. Manhattan in absolute control, up 20 here in the first half.
Calvin Crawford showing his length on the defensive end with the block.
Storrs on the left side for Capuano. Entry feed for Waterman, and he is fouled underneath by Kristen Paulson. That's a 6th foul on Marist. 10:15 to play here in the first.
Jaspers have it working on all cylinders. Marist seems to be in shock right now, not able to stop the bleeding.
What is it Mike Tyson said? Everybody had a plan until they get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Manhattan has delivered one heck of a haymaker here in this first half, up 20. 29-9, 10-10 to play in the first. Right side for Storrs, and now Wilson. Waterman, top of the key. 10 minutes played, 10 minutes left. Jaspers by 20. Capuano, his 3. Front rim and rolled home. Everything going their way here in this first half. 32-9, Manhattan leads.
Capuano got the friendly shooter's roll.
Hart, top of the key for Marist. Red Fox is looking for some sort of momentum. Right side, it's Funk. 3, baseline, good. That stops the bleeding. It was a 17-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes for Manhattan.
The Red Foxes needed that shot. Good shooter there, Funk. Love his form.
Took till under 10 minutes to go in the half for Marist to get into double figures. Waterman is baseline against Trug. Drives, spins in the lane, knocked away by Trug. Ball loose, pulled in by Marist, stolen by Capuano. He gets it out for Crawford, and the Jaspers will reset. Crawford drives in with the right hand, muscles his way to the rim, and lays it home.
Calvin Crawford in attack mode. You know he loves to score the basketball. You like when he's trying to get in there and draw contact.
Hart, 3, deep one. Got it. Khalid Hart doesn't care how far his team's down or how far he is from the basket. He buries a long 3 there.
Khalil Hart showing you how talented he is. That was a long-range 3, NBA range.
Waterman tried to answer, could not, and there's a foul away from the basketball. It's going to go on Khalid Hart, holding Shane Richards coming through the lane. Hart has to be pulled back by his teammates as he's arguing with John Gaffney. Hart still upset with the call.
Look, it's a tough task trying to guard Shane Richards because he's such a good shooter. He now moves well without the basketball. He can put it on the floor now. We talked about him being a facilitator and rebounding, so he has the complete game. Understandably, first-team All-MAAC performer.
Richards at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Smooth, you look at the numbers for Shane Richards, and they're nothing flashy. 17 points a game, which, yes, is 5th in the MAAC. as the first free throw, no good, missed it. Shoots 35% from the floor, 35% from three, 37% from the floor. Doesn't do much, only 4 rebounds, couple of assists here and there. But that first team nod is Trug in the lane, leaves it out left side. 3-ball on the way for Knudsen. No good, stores the rebound. That first team nod might have been more respect than anything, as the coaches have shown him all season long.
Well, with all that being said, his presence on the floor probably gained you about 8 to 10 more points because everyone puts their attention on Shane.
Rich Williams in the lane. The floater is good, and the Jaspers lead 36-15. 8 minutes to play here in the first half.
Rich is so good when he's working in that post area, getting into the lane.
Trug at the right elbow. Stutter step. Out for Knudsen. Thought about the three. Now he drives. Spins back. Trug had it knocked away, and a foul on Tyler Wilson. 7:56 remaining here in this first half. The champs are here, if you had any doubt. 36-15 Manhattan. This is Manhattan College men's basketball on the Jasper Sports Network.
Just issue a bench warning because the guys are standing up. Have you not seen Monmouth play? This is my issue. This has been my issue the entire season long. Just because Monmouth's on national TV and has been balling in the MAAC and everybody wants them to win, doesn't mean you have to treat everybody else different.
You like the mess with the champ.
Oh, I know.
7:56 to play here in this first half. Manhattan in complete control over Marist, up 36-15. During that break, Smooth, a little bit of an interesting dialogue. A bench warning, I believe, issued to Manhattan College because, as they have been all year, when something goes right, and as any basketball team in the country does, when things go right for your squad, the end of the bench, standing up, applauding, and cheering.
Minor distraction. When the champs are in the building, as you stated, there's always going to be something going on. Jaspers need to continue to be focused. I underlined 3 players on my scorecard here. Rich Williams, Zane Waterman, Calvin Crawford. Reason being, all MAAC talent was not named to any of those teams. You want to see these guys perform that way during these next 3 days.
Marist driving in left side. It's KJ Lee against the kilo. Goes up, lays it in nice and easy. Manhattan doing a strong job defensively, but a poor pass there by Wilson. Steal for Marist. Hart, left side for Lamb. Gets it back out for Hart. And now right side, KJ Lee. Lee working against Stores, and he traveled with it. 4th turnover of the game for Marist. Jaspers holding the Red Foxes to 35% from the floor and are shooting an unconscious 88% themselves.
Well, Lee switched pivot because he's right in front of us, but on the previous play, not known as a scorer, able to get deep into the lane, calling his own number.
7:15 remains here in this first half. Manhattan leading by 19. They have been in absolute control since the start as Crawford right to the rack. Couldn't get the kind roll. Rebound is tipped out to Lee. Here comes Marist left to right. This is one of those moments when you talk about as Storrs is trying to get the steal, and instead he gets called for the foul. You want to put your foot down. You don't want to let up at any point, no matter what the score is.
No question about it. Human nature is to say, well, we're up by a large margin. We can relax. Not at all, especially in a tournament situation. We've seen tight games throughout the entire day. You can't give a team a chance to recover when you have them down.
Marist with possession, moving left to right. Under 7 minutes to play here in this first half. Khalid Hart leading the way for the Foxes as he has all season long. He's got 8 points. Meanwhile, Shane Richards has 15. Hart, a contested 3. Side rim, no good. Richards gets the loose ball for Manhattan. Jaspers move right to left. Right side, here's Waterman controlling. Top of the key, Crawford. Calvin, head fake on a 3. Dribble handoff for Stores. 15 on the shot clock for Manhattan. Rashawn, left side, looking in for Waterman. Finds Capuano top of the key, and now Crawford. Back for Cap with the left hand. Behind the back dribble against Hart. Capuano driving in, missed the layup. No good, rebound put in by Trug. Marist out on the run. Parker to the left side for Lamb. His 3 ball on the way. Back rim, no. Waterman gets the board. And now Stores to the right side for Capuano.
That's a shot that Lamb, to get to that next step, needs to knock down in transition to open 3.
Right side, it's Waterman. Top of the key, Crawford. Under 6 minutes remaining here in this first half. Crawford top of the key for Shane Richards. Shane working against the freshman. Gets some opening. Buries another triple. Shane Richards, in one word, is unconscious right now. He's got 18 points.
Great read by Shane off the high screen and roll. You can't go underneath the screen with Shane Richards.
Right side, it's Paulson. Parker driving in against Capuano. Has to leave it up for Lamb. Awkward shot, got the kind roll.
That's the athleticism of Lamb. He can make tough shots once he gets into the lane. He's one of the guys we talked about early on. You don't want him to get into a good flow.
Beg your pardon, they called that a long 2 for Richards, so Shane has 17 points. As a foul away from the basketball, it's going to go against Manhattan. It's on Rashawn Stores, second on Ray. Tyler Wilson will have to check back in for him. Tyler, though, also with 2 fouls.
Well, again, you like to see Stores on the floor. Even when he's not scoring the basketball, his presence is always felt. But Tyler Wilson, he's been doing an admirable job also. The coaching staff doing a good job of rotating those guys when they get into foul trouble.
5 minutes to go till the break. Jaspers doubling up Marist here, 38-19 in the first half. Skip pass into the corner, 3 ball on the way. No good. Paulson couldn't get the shot. Capuano able to track down the loose ball as Williams and Waterman battling in there with Trug.
Jaspers have done a much better job gang rebounding. Everyone's crashing the glass, although Capuano came up with the glass rebound. Whoa, look at Shane.
Richards, are you kidding me? Shane pockets the holster. Jaspers leading by 22. Richards has 20 in the first half.
The same rules apply that I talked about Hart and Parker. When a guy like Shane Richards can knock some shots down early and easy, these right here become tough shots, but he's making those too.
Hart drives, picks up his dribble, finds a cutting Parker, count the basket and the foul.
The 2 guards connecting there, Hart to Parker. Parker with the strong physique at 6'2", 6'3", about 200 pounds, able to finish with contact.
Shane Richards with 20 points here in this first half on a perfect 8 for 8 shooting.
That last shot was a tough shot, contested.
Mm-hmm. Free throws for Parker upcoming here. He'll have 1. The freshman on the year shooting 72% from the free throw line, and he connects. Manhattan still leads, though, 41-22. We tick inside of 4 minutes to play in the half. Wilson at the free throw line. Top of the key for Richards. Shane, why not? Another 3. First miss of the day for Shane Richards. He's now 8 of 9. Parker on the right side. Drives in against Crawford. Blocked away by Calvin. Parker tried the floater and it didn't work. The other way, here's Manhattan right to left.
Again, Calvin's length able to come over with the help side defense. He blocked that without even jumping.
Wilson between the circles. Left side for Capuano. Cap finds Richards near left wing. Right side, Capuano. Driving, reversing. Crawford, right elbow extended. Left open at the shot clock buzzer, missed it. Rebound pulled in by Paulson. Manhattan leading by 19 here. 3 minutes to go in the first half. It's been all Jaspers. Hart drives in on Crawford. He's fouled from behind. It's going to go on Rich Williams. That'll be his second, team's 8th.
So last 2 possessions, Marist has found a way to put both of their guards in scoring position in the lane area, showing their strength. That time, Hart, he was able to go up strong even after the contact. It looks like you're going to have to move both of those guys around to get them different scoring opportunities.
Jasper's field goal percentage coming down a little bit. Marist is coming up, but it's still a 19-point lead, 41-22 Manhattan. 3 minutes to go till the break. This is Manhattan College men's basketball on the Jasper Sports Network. Said it at the top of the broadcast, when the calendar changes to March, something special happens. I don't know what we're seeing right now here in the first half, but Manhattan with a 19-point lead, 41-22, 3 minutes to go. The Jasper shooting 74% from the floor. Shane Richards already has 20 points.
Well, when Coach talked about knowing his team, he knows his team. If they were looking ahead, we appreciate them looking ahead because they've come out like gangbusters. Shane Richards leading the way.
Khalid Hart at the line for 2 free throws. He hits on the first.
And truth be told, there's something special about seniors in March playing in this tournament. Certain shots you just make, so you have to take them and be aggressive.
Hart, second free throw on the way. Also good. Khalid Hart now with 10 points. Gets his team within 17, 41-24. Shane Richards, if you'll remember, against Canisius earlier this year up in Buffalo, had a career high. As Richards' pass was deflected, he gets it back, though. Capuano controlling in the lane. Floater on the way, no good. Crawford couldn't get the rebound. It's out of bounds to Marist.
Capuano much more aggressive, getting into the lane area, calling his own number, missed the floater, but I like it a lot.
That game up in Buffalo for the senior Richards, one of the best we've ever seen at the Kessler Athletic Center, as Hart controls between the circles with 2:25 remaining in the first half. Kentrell Brooks back out there. He has 2 fouls, 3 ball for Lamb, and he's fouled. Zane Waterman can't believe he got called for a foul. He and Steve Masiello both thought it was all ball. It was right in front of their bench. Instead, it's 3 free throws for Isaiah Lamb.
Well, it looks like Waterman took a swipe, a looping type swipe, and maybe Lamb gave you some acting, but it looked from our vantage point that it was a clear foul.
And we don't get another look at a replay as Lamb hits on the first free throw. Mentioned Shane Richards at Canisius earlier this year, back on January 7th. 32 points on 6 of 7 from 3. He's got 20 on 4 of 4 from downtown. Eric Trug checks in, replacing Kentrell Brooks. Mariners looking to chip away, gain some momentum heading into halftime. They're on a 7-0 run right now over the last 2 minutes as Lamb hits all 3 free throws.
Well, it's very rare that a team doesn't make a run. You expect Marist at some point to make a solid run, but you talked about having that mentality of putting your foot on the other team's neck. That's what the Jaspers have to be consistent, at least on the defensive end.
It was a 21-point lead. It's now down to 13 as Waterman at the free throw line. Double-teamed inside for Crawford. Couldn't get the bunny to go. A little too strong. He was wide open underneath the rim. Here comes Marist with 2 minutes to go till the break. Parker Throws it inside for Trug on the baseline. Cutting Parker, knocked away and stolen by Manhattan. That's Wilson staying with the play to get the deflection. Here comes Tyler. Leaves it for Waterman. Transition, 3-ball. Got it! That quiets the run. Ends a scoring drought of almost 3 minutes for Manhattan.
That's why Zane Waterman is so good as the trail there. Tyler Wilson early offense leaves it for him, knocks down that 3-ball, stretching the defense out.
Left side, Lamb now to the free throw line. Parker, jumper on the way, rattled it home. Marist starting to find their rhythm offensively here late in this first half. 1:20 to go. Jaspers by 15, 44-29.
Looking to get Hart and Parker in the lane because they can create.
Wilson, top of the key for Capuano, and now Richards on the right side. Finds Cap. Capuano for Wilson. Tyler finds Crawford down low. Calvin rises and lays it in. Crawford, he's got just 4 points, but he's been finding plenty of opportunities down low. Under a minute to go in the first half.
Tyler Wilson with the pass. Great finish by Calvin.
Manhattan would love a stop here just to get some more momentum back, as driving in is Ryan Funk, and he stepped on the end line out of bounds as he tried to shovel it off to Isaiah Lamb.
That's where Funk has to be well aware of that line there. Jaspers gave him some pressure. Could have easily been a foul call, but you got to be strong with the basketball.
Brian Parker checks out, as does Ryan Funk. KJ Lee, Kristen Paulson in, along with Khalid Hart, Isaiah Lamb, and Eric Trug. Wilson walks it across with Waterman, Capuano, Richards, and Crawford. Jaspers, who were shooting 88% rather at one point in this first half, down to a respectable 71.
That's respectable.
Left side, here's Richards. 10 on the shot clock, and now Capuano finds Crawford. Baseline, Calvin, spin in the lane. Tried to dump it off for Waterman, but Zane was looking for a rebound. Calvin just dumped it off, threw it away. Hart driving inside against him. Blocked by Shane Richards. The senior with a rejection.
Jaspers getting back in transition defense there. Help side defense. It's always easier to get the block when you're coming from the help side. Offensively, Calvin Crawford tried to make the pass. Spacing not good at all.
9.5 seconds left till halftime. Manhattan leading by 17. Kristen Paulson to trigger. Throws it up top for KJ Lee. Clock begins with 8. Lee to the right side with 6. Against Capuano with 4. Out for Trug with 3. Trug, a deep 3 blocked by Crawford, and the Jaspers are going to head into the break after a dominant first half, leading 46-29.
Fitting way to end the half. Great defensive effort there, not allowing the ball to be put into the hands of the scorers. Trug has the basketball in 3-point range with the clock running down. Jaspers, tremendous first half, winning basketball, championship-type attitude in that first half.
Jaspers shooting 70.4% here in this first half, 6 of 7 from 3. They're out rebounding Marist 15-11, 10 assists on 19 made baskets, holding the Red Foxes to 35% from the floor, 30% from 3 as well. This is exactly the game plan that Steve Masiello drew up.
Well, again, the high shooting percentage is something that you don't expect all the time. That's a bonus, but the defensive effort is what you're looking for coming into this tournament. Only allowing Marist to shoot 34% in that first half. That's the type of mentality you have to win 4 games. I said 3 by mistake, 4 games for this Jasper team.
Shane Richards leads all scorers with 20 points on 8 of 9 shooting, 4 of 4 from 3-point land. Marist led by Khalid Hart, 10 points, just 3 of 7 shooting. Brian Parker, their second leading scorer, the very talented freshman, just 5 points on 2 of 5. He picked up 2 fouls.
And all the shots for both of those guards were difficult shots. Hart made some long-range threes, but again, anything else aside from that, contested, tough in the lane. They tried to change up the offense where you put both of those guards in the middle of the lane area so they could create. Jaspers able to make that really difficult, really, really good first half for the Manhattan Jaspers.
Senior Shane Richards leading his squad right now. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll be joined by senior Blake Underhill after she led her team to a first-round victory earlier today over St. Peter's. It's coming up next. Halftime, Jaspers leading 46-29 over Marist in the first round of the MAAC tournament on the Jasper Sports Network.
Take our time, no worries. Need to pull up the box score from that game. Not a bad game. Not a bad way to go today. I'm just going to pull up the box score real quick so that I remember it. You can go ahead and throw that on table, too.
Yeah, just like that. Yep. Halftime here at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Christian Heimel now joined by senior of the Manhattan women's basketball team, Blake Underhill, after a 60-43 win earlier today. You got to go back to the hotel, I'm assuming, maybe get a nap in, get some food in, and then come back here to support the guys. Mm-hmm. Congratulations on the win. Just talk about what your mentality was coming into this contest after the tough way the season ended for you guys in the regular season.
Yeah, we definitely had to come to practice this week with a mindset that we weren't going to let that happen, that we had to start the tournament out strong because it's do or die out here. You only get one chance, and if you don't win, you go home. So we really focused on a specific game plan in practice this week, and we were able to execute it today.
Just your second trip to the quarterfinals in your career, your freshman year. Of course, you were able to win in the first round, Monica with that buzzer beater, and you eventually ended up facing Marist. But as a senior, and we briefly touched on it in the post-game press conference, but you said it wasn't just the seniors, it was the team as a whole together coming in and saying, from the start of the year, this is it, let's just do this from the start.
Yeah. We basically have the same team coming back for the most part. Obviously, we have Crystal this year and Amani eligible to play after she sat out. But basically having the same team coming back, we have more experience. We had freshmen playing a lot of minutes last year. Now they're sophomores. Now they have a little bit more experience. And we just really came this season with a mindset that we don't want to have another season like that. And also with all the talent and depth that we had this year, we knew that this year could be our year, that we could make it far. So hopefully we can keep winning and win on Saturday against Marist.
What does it say about this team that despite the 6th seed, you did tie for 4th in the MAAC, the first winning conference season in 4 years for this program? What does it say about the growth of this team over the past year?
Definitely a lot of maturity. Even for myself now as a senior, I definitely have even grown a lot in the last year, being in a position of leadership, not only as a point guard but as a senior. But everyone has just matured. Like I said, like the freshmen that were playing a lot of minutes, now, they make better decisions. They're not making the same mistakes that they were making last year. And we're definitely just closer as a team. We have a lot more chemistry on the court this year. So we know how to play with each other, and it just makes things a lot more easier now that we have a year under our belt.
Your growth as a player as well, even just in this year, has drastically improved. We've noticed it. We saw it a lot today. 16 points, and a lot of that was with that outside shot. You're noticing defenders leaving you open, and you're just stepping in and taking it.
Yeah, I don't really have a choice. If that's how they're going to play me, I have to step up and hit it so that they don't play me like that anymore. But it's just Coach O telling me to shoot it, having confidence in me to shoot it. And, like I said earlier, once I make one or two, then I'm comfortable shooting it for the rest of the game. But yeah, that's an important shot for me to have to take and make so that they don't play me like that, obviously.
Getting players back, obviously. You mentioned getting Crystal here this year, but getting players healthy, like a Kayla Grimmie back again after the injury, getting Kyla back, Mickey back. What have those players been able to do for you guys in the front court?
We just have a lot of depth this year, like in every position. We've had injuries throughout this season, and people have always been able to step up. So I think that was important this year, that we've had so much depth. Whether it was injuries or foul trouble, we've always had people to be able to step up and be ready to play. So I think that's been really beneficial for us this year, to have like a healthy 15 people that were able to play for the majority of the season. What
has a player like Amani done for you as a separate member of that backcourt? Because it seems as though if she doesn't get the steal, you're right there to take it from her. What does she add to this defense?
I love playing with Amani because if she gets the steal, then I can run up. If I get a steal, she can run up. And also it just relieves pressure for me as a point guard having another ball handler. Like, that's why I enjoy playing with her, because if she gets it and goes, then I know that I don't have to be the one worried about bringing it up. So it's nice playing with another ball handler. It just makes things a lot easier.
It seemed like last year, if there was an injury, it was tough to find someone to replace somebody. When Kayla went down, it was very difficult to find that.
It is not
Here over the last
best that we
couple of
should
weeks,
all
you've had
think
injuries to
alike.
Naisha Irizarry and Shayna Erickson.
He
But
who learns
players like
but
Taylor
does not
Williams,
think
like
is
Maeve
lost.
Parahus have been able to step
The
up,
main purpose of
fill
life
that
is to
void.
live rightly,
What does that
think
say
rightly,
about this
act
team and where
rightly.
they are right now?
Oh, the things you
I mean,
could think
it just
of
shows
if only
just
you
how
try.
much talent we have. You know, that someone like Nye, I think she might have been like our second leading scorer. Obviously, she's one of the best
Fulfill
three-point shooters in
your
the MAAC.
educational
That she
goals
can
on
go
a
down,
22-acre
and that someone like
private
Maeve can
residential
step up and
campus
have big
just
games.
minutes
She had
away
like
from the world's economic,
18, 16,
cultural,
something like that against
communications, and
Canisius. Like,
entertainment center
it's
in
great
New
to
York
see that
City.
she has that in
For
her,
more
and
than
that when she had the
160
opportunity, she
years,
took it and ran
Manhattan
with
College
it. So
has
it just
promised
shows
a
how much depth we
LaSallian
have.
Catholic education
Marist coming up
featuring
on
5
Saturday.
schools of
You get the
study
day off
that
tomorrow, which I'm
challenge
sure is
students
great
to
for you
excel
guys.
academically while
The
providing
confidence of
career
beating them on
opportunities
their
second
home
to
court
none.
earlier this year.
Find
How
out
do you
what
take that and
Manhattan
lead it
College
into
can
Saturday?
promise your future.
You know, it felt good then, but that was also then. We watched film just now before we came here on it, and we saw all the mistakes we made. So it's going to be really important that we focus on the scout and focus on that film and the mistakes we made and not make them again, and make all the adjustments that coach is telling us to make. Because even though it was a win, they're going to watch it and they're going to make adjustments, so we have to do the same thing, because that was then, but this is now, and it's win or go home, like I said. So yeah.
Senior for the Manhattan women's basketball team, Blake Underhill, after a 60-43 win today against St. Peter's. They are taking on Marist in the quarterfinals at noon on Saturday. 16 points, 8 rebounds today. Not a bad day for you out there. Blake, congratulations on the win. Thanks a lot for the time.
Thank you.
Blake Underhill joining us here. Halftime, Manhattan men leading 46-29. This is Manhattan College men's basketball on the Jasper Sports Network.
She broke your headset. It's fine.
Halftime at the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Christian Imel along with Chris Williams. Manhattan, after a dominant first half, leads 46-29. Shane Richards leading the way with 20 points on 8 of 9, shooting 4 of 4 from downtown. Smooth, I think the biggest question after number one, what got into Manhattan in the first half, is number two, how do they keep it going in the second half?
Well, again, that was a championship-type performance in that first half. The Jaspers showed why they're the back-to-back defending champions. They were locked in defensively. Again, that effort from Shane Richards is obviously over the top, but when you're good and you have an opportunity to perform on a big stage and you get shots early where you get it rolling, this is what happens. This guy is a premier shooter. He's added different things to his game, but when he has an open shot, when Shane Richards is on a roll, he's going to make the majority of his shots. In that first half, he was locked and loaded.
All right, thanks to Blake Underhill for joining us at halftime. Her Manhattan women's basketball team takes on Marist at noon on Saturday. The Jasper men are hoping they also make it to the weekend, and a 7 o'clock tip against the Siena Saints here on the Times Union Center floor as we get set for the second half. Again,
well, I heard a portion of that interview. We're going to keep Blake as far away from the microphone as possible because it looks like she's trying to edge at what I'm doing.
I don't know if she's trying to edge. Hang on. I do think she's a communications major. I'm not sure.
I know that. I've done my research. I understand my competition out here. She needs to focus on getting a MAAC championship before she starts coming over here. But she did a great job.
Definitely.
Great job on the floor earlier. Great job being interviewed and in the press room.
Jaspers here with a 17-point lead heading into the second half. Smooth, what adjustments do the Jaspers need to make, if any?
Defensively, keep the pressure on Marist, making everything difficult. Do not let up. Not having that mentality that we're up will allow you to get a point here. This is where you have to pay attention to detail. Coach talked about that, and that's the championship mentality that you're referring to that you had in that first half. If there's a loose ball you need to get to that loose ball because it's contagious.
Obviously, a lot can happen in 20 minutes,
Correct.
but Smooth, first and foremost, do the Marist Red Foxes have enough firepower to close this 17-point gap at halftime?
Yes, they definitely do have enough firepower. You have Khalid Hart. This guy averages 20 points a game. He can get on a roll very quickly. Parker, he's able to get on a roll. Lamb is a scary guy because he's one of those type athletes who can make the plays that I referred to that gets everyone going. He can get a 3 down, he can dunk, he can block shots. So those guys, those 3 guys right there can really get Marist on a roll. You have role players who can knock down the 3 ball. Paulson can knock down the 3. Funk can knock down the 3. So you have to keep your foot on their neck, putting pressure on them. And if you continue that to the point where they will submit, that's what you're looking for.
Canisius, a triple overtime win earlier over Niagara. They will face Iona tomorrow night. Ryder with a victory over Quinnipiac, a 3-point win over the Bobcats. They will face top-seeded Monmouth tomorrow at 7. The Jasper men are hoping that they get that final spot left in the quarterfinals and try to keep defending their back-to-back conference titles. Back to live action here as we start the second half. Marist moving right to left now in the Road Reds. Khalid Hart, Kristen Paulson, Kentrell Brooks, Isaiah Lamb, Brian Parker on the floor. Brooks to the left side. Dribble handoff for Parker. Inside for Paulson. Paulson traveled with it in the lane. The freshman took too many steps as he tried to cut inside.
Jaspers start off with good defense. The first 5 minutes of the half are usually big.
So Wilson will bring it across for Manhattan. Tyler Wilson, 5 assists in that first half. He's with Shane Richards, Zane Waterman, Rich Williams, and Rashawn Stores. The Manhattan starting 5 in the home whites, moving left to right. Wilson in the lane, tried to dump it inside for Waterman. It got deflected, but he's able to maintain control. 10 on the shot clock. Right side, Rich Williams, 3 ball on the way. Rolled it out, no good. Kentrell Brooks the rebound. Jaspers made their first 8 shots of the first half. Missed their first one here of the second. 50 seconds in, still a 17-point lead. Parker drives it on Wilson. Bounce pass underneath for Brooks. Got open, missed it right off the front of the rim, and Waterman got the board. How did Brooks miss that one?
If Marist is going to make their run, Brooks has to dunk that basketball.
He was wide open. Waterman wanted nothing to do with him. After he got beat underneath, and Kentrell just simply missed it. Waterman at the free throw line. Lobs it up for Rich Williams on the left elbow. Rich reverses and lays it in. Tried to go the alley-oop. Rich wisely came down with the basketball knowing he wasn't in the best position. Used the rim as the reverse layup.
Good decision by Rich not to try to put that in, coming down, going back up quickly.
Isaiah Lamb driving inside off the right elbow, and he is able to answer. Back to a 17-point game, 48-31 Manhattan. Wilson on the far left side for the Jaspers. Rich now with 8 points. Right side, here's Waterman. Pass up top for Wilson, deflected by Khalid Hart, almost stolen, but it's out of bounds. It'll stay Manhattan basketball.
Active hands by Hart with the deflection. Jaspers have to be careful with their passing.
Second team All-MAAC. You know he's not going down quietly here in his junior season. Wilson settles it. 10 to shoot. Right side, Rich Williams. Looking in for Waterman. Instead, Stores on the right side with 5. Rich, it's 3 ball from straight away. Side 10, no. And Lamb gets the rebound.
Unlike the first half, Rich Williams starts this second half taking 2 long threes. One of them going to the basket, staying aggressive.
Kentrell Brooks at the right elbow. Leaves it left wing for Hart with 15 to shoot. Drives in on Rich to the baseline. Spins back and now finds Brooks working around the perimeter. Right side. Here's Paulson. Long 2 on the way. Good. Marist starting to get rolling here. 2 of 3 to start the half. They're back within 15.
Paulson is one of those complimentary guys able to shoot the basketball using that up fake, 1 dribble, jumper.
Rich Williams out for Richards. Shane, baseline, 3 ball, bang! And a foul on Kentrell Brooks underneath. It's going to stay Jasper basketball. Brooks picks up his 3rd personal. He gave a shove to Waterman. And it's the 3rd on Brooks.
Well, again, Zane Waterman in the midst of some sort of, bumping and grinding where someone goes to the floor. I would kind of say Zane is the guy on this Jasper team who brings that edge. If you're an opposing player or opposing coach, Zane Waterman is the guy you want to dislike.
Kentrell Brooks picks up his 3rd personal. We just saw a replay, and it was Brooks with the left hand more kind of swiping down as Waterman was falling as the inbounds comes back out to Richards. Shane with 23 points on the day on 5 of 5 shooting from 3. Stores around a screen from Waterman, reverses it for Zane. Into the baseline for Crawford as he and Capuano have checked back into this contest. Stores, head fake, now drives, no look pass for Crawford, and he lays it in off the right block.
Rashawn Stores had the jumper at the top of the key. He could have easily taken it, but he preferred to facilitate, distribute, get Calvin Crawford a better shot.
Second assist for Rashawn as they get it into Parker, the left elbow for Marist. Spins on Crawford, almost tied up. Crawford deflected a pass. Waterman comes away with a steal for Manhattan. Jaspers by 20 as Stores. Right side for Richards. Into the baseline for Crawford. Jumper on the way. Long 2, no good. Waterman tried to get it in the rebound, but Trug is able to get there first. Hart works it across. Just about 4 minutes into this one, Manhattan has elevated their lead up to 20. It's been as high as 21. Hart drives, pulls up from just inside the elbow and hits.
Again, another tough shot by Hart. Got deep into the lane. The contest by Calvin Crawford. When your player is good as Hart, you're going to make tough shots.
Jasper's looking to slow this thing down a little bit. 4 minutes into this second half. Richards into the baseline for Capuano. Head fake on a 3. Now Cap drives, dumps it off for Crawford. Calvin had it knocked away from behind, and he got fouled by Kristen Paulson. Couldn't get the shot to go. It's the 3rd on Paulson.
Cappy has gotten so much better getting into the lane, finding his own shot, and distributing. From the time period that he's come into this program to now, he's really made leaps and bounds. You have to give credit to the coaching staff on coaching a guy like him up. He's a player, initially when you see him, you think he may not play at all, not much at all, but he's earned the right to get consistent minutes on his team, and he leaves his mark because he does, and he makes good winning basketball plays.
Steve Masiello jokingly said to us pregame when I asked him, what do you tell your freshmen their first time in the MAAC tournament? He said, stay out of the way. This is a young man who has no idea what that means. Tom Capuano, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and a nice assist.
But when you have senior leadership from Stores and Richards who come out and set the tone, there's nothing else he can do but follow suit. The aggressiveness of going on the floor, you know he's going to do that. But when they do good things, they make it easier for him to follow suit.
Shane Richards, 23 points. Khalid Hart with 12. As the Jaspers leading by 18 here in this second half. They've led by as many as 21. Smooth, what are you seeing differently here to start this second half that maybe we saw in the first?
Well, honestly, there's not much difference aside from Marist has made a couple of shots, but they've been tough shots. The defense has been really solid. Offensively, the Jaspers can pretty much get anything they want if they take their time and be patient.
Steve Masiello and his squad have won 6 consecutive games in the MAAC tournament. He is 8-2 as a Jasper head coach, tied with Fran Fischilla for the most MAAC tournament wins in Manhattan College history. John Gaffney, one of our officials, talking with Mike Alvarado right now. Steve Masiello trying to find out what the conversation is about. Gaffney, along with Earl Walton and Andy O'Brien, our officiating crew here. Nothing crazy. Mike Alvarado, part of that team that lost in the championship game to Iona. And it was interesting. Mike was actually tasked with putting together a video for his team to watch last night as Crawford at the line hits on the front end. As a little bit of a hype video, a motivational one. He had a couple of former Jaspers, Emmy Endahar, Ramel Brown, as well as George Beeman, all sent in videos. Athletes' families sent in videos as well. I thought it was interesting that Mike included heavily that championship loss and him himself as part of that, reminding the seniors what they felt in their freshman year.
And they learned a lot because that following year, they were able to win the championship.
David Knudsen, a 3 in the corner, goes for Marist. After Crawford hit both free throws, Jasper's head led by 20. It's now down to 17 again. 15:25 to go here in the second half. Williams at the left elbow, floats it in for Crawford, and he got the layup to go. Manhattan just doing anything they want offensively right now.
Great rhythm offensively. They can get what they want. You want to get stops on the defensive end. Knudsen, one of those complimentary guys who can knock down that 3 if he's open.
Driving right side is Funk. Pulls up, airballed it long, no good. Capuano, ball lost out of bounds, and it will be Manhattan basketball.
Guys like Funk, Knudsen, Paulson, again, they want to shoot set jumpers. When you make them put the ball on the floor, it's more difficult for them to score. At that time, Funk got into the lane, tried to use the floater, shot an air ball.
Wilson, Richards, Williams, Crawford, and Capuano on the floor. Shane controlling as Parker has it top of the key. And now Capuano on this weave action. Richards between the circles. Around a screen from Crawford into the corner for Tyler. He drives inside on Hart. Looks to kick it out for Shane. Richards pulls up from the right elbow. Jumper, back rim, no good. Crawford tried to tip it back, could not. Calvin took a hard spill to the ground. He is lying motionless on the ground right now. Back the other way, Marist throws it away. Parker was looking for Funk. Calvin finally back to his feet after the whistle's blown. Calvin says he's good. Goes over, gets a hug from Steve Masiello. Everything okay? You guys all right?
You have to love Masiello. Calvin goes up high to try to tip in a shot. His legs were undercut, but Marist didn't take advantage of an opportunity they had. Remember, it's 5-on-4, and they turned the basketball over.
10th turnover of the game for Marist. Rich Williams, top of the key, drives inside on Funk. Lost the basketball, gets it back out for Capuano. He'll drive, dump it inside for Tyler Wilson on the right block. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Fight for the rebound. It's a tie-up between him and Knudsen gets up, that's Paulson. Wilson and Paulson got tied up a little bit. Paulson took exception to it. Tyler forced a jump ball, possession arrow the way of Manhattan.
A strong hands by Tyler Wilson, able to get his hands on that ball. He clamped down. Paulson looks like he got a little bit more aggressive, but Tyler had both hands on it. Possession arrow goes over to the Jaspers.
Calvin Crawford checks out. He's replaced by Zane Waterman. Wilson will trigger the inbound for Manhattan. 6 minutes into this second half. Jaspers leading by 19 at 58-38. Inside for Rich Williams. He got fouled as he went up. Is it on Hart? It is on, I believe, Funk. It is. Ryan Funk, his first, team's third. And Williams at the line for 2.
Funk was called for the foul down low with the body. Hart was up high with the block.
Williams at the free throw line. First one is good. Rich looking to become the third Jasper in double figures. Richards with 23, Crawford with 10, Rich with 9. Young man who has grown in his own right here this year as a junior from a leadership standpoint as he hits on both. Steve Masiello on that bus ride back up after the loss to Ryder said he wasn't really happy with anybody's energy except for Rich Williams.
Well, Rich can come in and change the tone of a basketball game because he's so good. If he brings good energy, and we talk about him being aggressive, that doesn't mean he has to take every shot, but when he opens things up, being aggressive, coming downhill, makes the defense pay attention to him, and his teammates can really get involved.
Knudsen missed the three. Jaspers with the rebound. They lead by 21. 13:40 to go. Lob it inside for Crawford. Little too high and off the mark, out of bounds. Just the 6th turnover by Manhattan here in this game.
When they take their time, they get good shots.
Parker works it across with Khalid Hart, far right side. Back for Parker. Drives down the middle. Floater on the way with the left hand. Airballed it long. No good. Shane Richards the rebound. Shane with a pair of boards to go along with his 23 points. Waterman, top of the key against Paulson. Dribble handoff for Capuano, and now they find Wilson. Richards coming along the baseline. A double screen for Shane on the right side, guarded by Knudsen. Jab step on him, and now back up top for Wilson. Tyler, handoff for Richards. Shane with 6 to shoot. Drives right inside with the left hand. Too easy for the senior, and he lays it home.
No question, too easy. Knudsen was on the island there. Good jab, step, dribble. Shane got all the way to the lane because Knudsen was looking for him to shoot the jumper.
Khalid Hart, almost a backcourt violation, able to save it. 15 on the shot clock. Knudsen trapped in the baseline. Lost it, and a foul. Tried to split the double team, and he got the personal on Zane Waterman. That'll be his second, team's first of the half.
Although there's plenty of time remaining, 12:41, but you can see the contrast between these two teams. Marist, again, not with a championship mentality, seemed like they're in a daze because the Jaspers came out, hit him with the right hook early in this ball game.
Samson Aquila, Rashawn Storrs back into the ball game, replacing Waterman and Wilson respectively. A 6-0 run by Manhattan the last 2:40. Marist hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes. The inbounds goes all the way into the backcourt for Khalid Hart. He'll walk it across, picked up by Storrs. Right side, Isaiah Lamb. And now Hart, top of the key. Into the corner, it's Funk driving around Richards. Kicks it out for Paulson. Thought about it, now leaves it up top for Hart. His three on the way is good. Khalid Hart. He is their offense, 15 points on 3 of 4 from downtown. 20-point game.
Marist caught the Jaspers in a scramble situation. Good ball movement. Hart found the top of the key. You know you're going to try to take that shot there and knocked it down.
Jaspers get it into Richards down low on the baseline. Shane with a little shimmy shake. Couldn't get the shot to go. Paulson the rebound for Marist, and he'll take it himself. Right to left. Funk stops, drives inside. Offensive foul. Samson Aquilo takes the charge. And from here, I'll be 100% honest, folks, that did not look like the right call to me.
Thought Sampson was probably inside the circle area, leaning back. However, because the Jaspers have a good flow, the officials are seeing it. They're giving the extra effort. You get the benefit of the doubt on that call. Jaspers get the possession because the offensive foul.
Under 12 minutes remaining here in regulation. Jaspers by 20. All pins firing for the champs. 61-41. This is Manhattan College men's basketball in the MAAC tournament on the Jasper Sports Network. 11:56 remaining here in regulation. Manhattan leads by 20, 61-41. This game was tied for all of 19 seconds before Rich Williams' free throws gave Manhattan a 2-0 lead. They have not looked back, led by as many as 23. Marist has not led once. It was a 17-2 run early in the first half that really broke it open for Manhattan.
Jaspers with the defense that starts everything for them, but Shane Richards really hot like fish grease. And I like that attitude there. And he was knocking down everything early, still at it now.
Crawford driving it on Paulson, hangs in the air, got a shooter's roll. Calvin Crawford with 12 points. Manhattan by 22, 11:35 remaining in the second half.
I think Calvin Crawford is one of the guys I highlighted because he has all conference type talent in the tournament. Those guys play big as Paulson makes a jumper mid-range.
Paulson answers. Stores controls between the circles. Manhattan looking to advance into the quarterfinals for the fourth straight year. Right side, Richards thought about it. He gets double teamed. Now he drives inside with the right hand. Couldn't get it to go. Crawford is there for the follow, though.
Shane has made the adjustment, understanding that Marist will be running at him hard, getting to the basket, left the layup short, but no one boxed out Calvin Crawford.
Knudsen out for Paulson. Extra pass for Hart. Khalid with the left hand, driving in, scoop shot, got the roll. Some good English on that one for Khalid Hart.
Tough shot by Khalid Hart, but those are the shots he can make. Can he carry this load for the Marist team?
He's got 17 points. Again, averages just over 20, second in the MAAC, 23rd in the country. As Crawford leaves it for Capuano, bounced it over his head. Jasper's able to reset. Not sure what that was for Calvin Crawford or Capuano, but Stores is out there now with 7. Leaves it for Richards baseline, drives it on Funk. Shane underneath the basket, off the window and in.
Shane Richards giving you a full course meal tonight, showing you everything. Earlier gave you the shimmy shake in the mid post there. That time turned the face on the baseline.
Left side, Knudsen drives with the right hand to the left elbow, pulls up from the right elbow now, rolls it out, no good. Crawford fought with Williams for the rebound. Calvin comes away with it. 14 points, 4 boards for Calvin Crawford, the sophomore out of Middletown, New York. 10 minutes played, 10 minutes left. Jaspers by 22, 67-45. Christian Heimel, Chris Williams with you from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York, as Williams sliding inside. His floater is good.
Right now the Jaspers are carving Marist up on the offensive end. They can't guard them man-to-man.
Jaspers have made 3 straight. They lead by 24, 69-45. Isaiah Lamb near left wing, 9:20 in regulation. Hart takes a contested 3, in and out, no good. Crawford the rebound for Manhattan. You're starting to slowly see, Smooth, with every missed shot by Marist, every made shot by Manhattan, the wind slowly coming out of the sails of the Marist Red Foxes.
Take a look at the body language of the Marist Red Foxes. Take a look at their bench. They're pretty much defeated at this point. 9
minutes to play in regulation. Capuano on the baseline. You look over at that Marist bench as Williams drives inside on Funk, off the window and in.
And that's
Players with their hands on their chins.
And what Rich Williams just did there, going strong to the basket, that's the way you keep the pressure on them. Look how slowly the Marist bench comes up.
Timeout taken by Mike Maker and the Red Foxes, and this is not at all what Mike Maker was hoping, anticipating, expecting out of his team here. They trail by 26, 71, 45, 8:40 to play here in regulation.
And in addition to that, the Jaspers are making a
compared to
statement
this
the rest
little
of the
beauty.
league
A New
that
York
we are
man
the
spent
back-to-back
$3.2 million
defending
on a
champions.
dead bat.
No,
I have
we are
such
seeded
enormous
6th
respect for these
according to the
creatures,
rankings here,
which is
but we
why
are
I
here to
stuff 'em
defend
hanging
our
on the
championship.
walls.
You'd make
And
a
they
way
came
better
out with
rich
a lot
person.
of aggressive
Lotto,
effort.
making more New Yorkers rich than
I
any
talked
other
about
game.
these players, and I'll say it again. These 3 guys here, this is the best stage when you're not on one of those all-conference teams to show the rest of the league, this is where I belong. In a setting where you have to just play well in 3 games. That's where that process begins to take a lead. Last year, Shane Richards wasn't named to an all-MAAC team. Used it as a chip on his shoulder. Played very well throughout the entire tournament. If I'm correct, he was an all-conference player in the tournament when it was all said and done. But guys like Rich Williams, Zane Waterman, Calvin Crawford, you have 3 more games after this one. We're going to assume the Jaspers hold on and win this basketball game. all those guys can be prominent in those basketball games.
Manhattan 26 and 29 all time in the MAAC tournament. Their first win did not come until 1993 or 1992, excuse me, your junior year. Your junior year. The first win for Manhattan in MAAC tournament history. Steve Masiello, in his combined years as an assistant and as a head coach, 13-4 with 4 MAAC championships.
Certain coaches, certain guys understand what it takes to win. They know the formula. Coach Masiello, being an assistant here at Manhattan, comes back as a head coach. These guys really know what it takes to win at this level. I
mean, absolutely no disrespect when I say this to your former coach, but it seems as though Fran Fischilla is going to have to take a back seat to Steve Masiello, as Masiello on his way to his 9th MAAC tournament win as a head coach, which would surpass Fischilla.
I don't think Coach Fran would have any issues with that.
Hart driving inside, fouled by Waterman as he hung in the air, altered his body, and was able to get contact.
This is one of the reasons why Khalid Hart averages 20-plus points per game. He is a natural scorer, can knock down the long ball, that time going strong to the basket, drawing contact.
You and I were kind of joking as we were looking back during, I think it was the second overtime of Canisius and Niagara. It's all blurry to me at this point. Been a long day. You and I have been here, Smooth, for a little over 12 hours now from the women earlier today, who were supposed to start at 1:30. They began at 2:30 instead as Hart hits the free throw. You and I were joking, in the 34 MAAC tournaments that which Manhattan has participated, you have been, we believe, a part of 20 of those 26 wins, whether as a player or as a broadcaster.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
You've been around the block is what we're saying.
Are you trying to call me old?
Not even a little bit. You're seasoned. Seasoned is what I would say.
I like the way you dressed that up.
Grizzled veteran.
I'm not sure about the grizzled veteran. It sounds like I need to have a beard if I'm grizzled.
Yeah, you joined the coaching staff at least, as just about everybody except I think Matt Grady and Mike Bermucci, Mike Alvarado as well. Khalid Hart missed the second free throw. Jaspers got the rebound as it went out of bounds. They lead by 24, 71-47. Waterman leaves it for Richards, and then on the left side gets it back. Waterman dumps it in for Wilson. Pass stolen away, though, and here comes Marist. Rich Williams, though. We saw that a couple of times at Manhattan. Khalid Hart from about 40 feet will try to lob it up for Isaiah Lamb to slam it home. Rich was wise to it that time, leapt up, knocked it out of bounds before he got to Lamb.
Lamb is that type of athlete where he can grab that and throw it down. But again, Rich Williams, he can really contest that, being able to run the floor and breaks up that play.
David Knudsen to trigger the inbound, throws it up top for Isaiah Lamb with 8:10 remaining in regulation. Lamb drives in, got some contact, too strong on the shot, followed it though and laid it in.
Lamb with the quick second jump with the tip in. This guy is a really big-time athlete. I'd like to see him really get out in transition to showcase that.
Haven't seen much of Richards here in this second half. He's got just 7 points in the second, but does have 27 overall. 5 shy of tying his career high of 32. Stores splits a double team, leaves it into the corner for Crawford. Calvin throws it inside for Richards. A little late, though, but a foul called on Parker.
Shane with the post up there, keeping Parker on his back. The evolution of Shane Richards comes into this program as mainly a shooter, spot-up shooter, starts to put the ball on the floor off of 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. Now he's able to go all the way to the basket, facilitate for his teammates. The mid-post game, which really has blossomed, that I like a lot, because if you can get the basketball in that mid-post, you don't have to get so far away. You can take 1 or 2 dribbles to get all the way to the basket, and he rebounds. So you take away the shooting, he can do something else. You take away his post, he can do something else. That's why when you talked about him having lesser numbers than some of the first teamers, he accounts for so much on that floor because he draws attention.
Timeout on the floor here at the Times Union Center. 7:40 to go. Here in regulation, the Jaspers leading by 22, 71-49. Christian Imo, Chris Williams here with you. Smooth, Marist, if you look at the stats from the second half alone, Marist is shooting 53% from the floor, 2 of 4 from downtown. Manhattan shooting 59%, 10 of 17. Much different defensive effort from Manhattan that we've seen here in this second half as opposed to the first half. Or maybe that's just Marist finding better shots.
Marist is finding better shots. They're difficult shots. They're contested shots. But they can't afford to trade baskets with Manhattan. You know, they've shot the basketball much better, but they need to get Manhattan's shooting percentage down if they want to make a dent in this league.
The number that really sticks out to me here, Smooth, two, one that you always talk about, which is points in the paint. Paint touches for the Jaspers, 40 points in the paint here of their 71. But then the other one here, Manhattan has committed 7 turnovers. Marist has only gotten 2 points off of that. The Jaspers have not allowed their miscues to hurt them.
Offensively, the Jaspers have had everything working in their favor. Great rhythm. They can get anything they want on the offensive end if they just have some patience, and they haven't turned the basketball over. There's not a lot of great ball pressure for Marist.
7:42 to play here in this second half. Calvin Crawford to trigger the inbounds for Manhattan off the foul. It was on Brian Parker, his 3rd, and the team's 5th. Jaspers with Wilson, Crawford, Richards, Williams, and Stores on the floor. Marist with Hart, Parker, Lamb, Paulson, and Knudsen defensively. Crawford spins in the lane, a lot of contact. Couldn't get the shot to go. Gets his own rebound, though. Leaves it out for Richards. Fresh 30 for Manhattan.
Calvin using that long spin move to get to the basket.
Stores for Richards on the left side. 15 on the new shot clock. Around a Crawford screen, drives left side, lost the basketball, out of bounds. They say last touched by Shane. Marist with possession. Near left side, it's Hart with 7 minutes to go here in regulation. Lamb in the corner, drives, hops into the lane, lays it in easily.
No question, Marist needs more of that. Lamb being aggressive, getting to the cup.
71-51, 20-point game. Manhattan's led by as many as 25. Marist trying to get a couple of stops. See if they can get back into this one, but the Jaspers have been in control throughout. Little 6-0 spurt here by the Foxes. And Williams, did he step on the sideline? No, he traveled. 8th turnover by Manhattan here with 6:28 remaining.
We see one of those moves at least once a game at the women and men's level where a player catches the basketball, they make their move, and don't put the ball down on the floor, call for the traveling violation.
6.5 to go, and Marist is already rolling it up the court, trying to save as much time as possible as Parker drives in the lane against Wilson. No good. Crawford the board. Calvin's got 7 rebounds to go along with his 14 points. Looking for a double-double this contest. Tyler Wilson controls. Stores from the left side for 3. Dagger. The senior Stores buries his triple. 74-51, Manhattan on top, 6 minutes to go.
That's a big shot for Stores, knocking down that 3. Have been struggling from behind the arc.
Right side, it's Paulson. For Lamb at the right elbow, jumper on the way is good. Isaiah Lamb keeping his team's offensive rhythm going with 5:40 to play. Wilson between the circles. Finds Stores. And now Tyler back for Crawford at the left elbow. Calvin breaking down on Knudsen. Kicked it out for Wilson. Inside for Waterman. Look out below! One-hand slam from Zane Waterman.
Zane has been much more aggressive when he's around the rim. He tries to dunk it with 1 or 2 hands. That time gave you the 1-hand variety.
Lamb, 3 from the left side. Good. Isaiah Lamb getting it going. He's got 18 points now, his first 3. And the Jaspers lead is at 20, 76-56.
We discussed Lamb in that trio, the 2 guards and himself being very explosive.
Whistle and a foul against Stores. Away from the basketball. That's his 3rd, team's 3rd.
I think they called an illegal screen on that one.
Samson Aquilo checks in to replace Waterman. Capuano will give Stores a breather as Knudsen checked out for Marist, giving way to Ryan Funk. Hart to the right side. Lamb, jumper on the way. Back rim, no good. Capuano with a nice rebound. Cap's had a good game, 5 points, 4 rebounds. This has been an absolutely dominant team effort. People are going to look at Shane Richards' 27 points, 20 of that in the first half. But it has been up and down this roster for Manhattan, contributing from the start, mainly defensively more than anything else in that first half.
But Shane got it started early offensively. He and Rich Williams being aggressive.
Wilson reverses it for Crawford. 3 ball on the way, no good. Rebound pulled in by Khalid Hart. Funk, stutter step. Out for Hart. His 3 ball. In and out, no good. Samson Aquilo skying in for the rebound. Sammy with a big board there for Manhattan as Marist was ready for an offensive rebound and a putback. Under 4 minutes to go here in regulation.
Jasper's starting their offense much higher, taking time off the clock.
Seemed as though after the Ryder loss, almost a challenge was issued by Steve Masiello as Tyler Wilson drives in on Hart, leaves it for Crawford. Calvin rising in, got it to go. To bring their energy, to bring a different mindset and aggressiveness to this team, and we have seen it since the opening tip.
No question about it. That last play there, Calvin Crawford, we know he loves to score the basketball on the baseline. That's what makes him so tough, because he can put the ball on the deck.
Parker spinning like crazy in the lane, finally gets a layup to go. Parker with just 7 points as he averages a little more than 16 a game. It's a 20-point contest, 3 minutes remaining here in regulation. Richards controlling. I thought Shane was going to have a chance at the only 3-point record he does not have. Crawford wide open on the lane. Blocked by Paulson, though, as he went up to lay it home. Wow. Shane, after having 4 threes made, as Wilson steals it right back for Manhattan and then lost it out of bounds with 2:39 to go. Good hustle. Steve Masiello said we will go as our seniors go, but the junior, along with a couple of other players, showing that we're not giving up even though we're up 20.
Come prepared.
Well, they set the stage early, meaning the seniors and the juniors.
Come
Rich
to win.
Williams aggressively
Discover
coming
the
out,
Performance
which makes it
Protein
so
Bar
much
made
easier
just
for
for you.
everyone to follow
Come
their
ready.
lead.
24 grams of protein, 5 grams of
Marist tried
fiber,
to make adjustments,
no sugar
he's not allowed
alcohols.
to get so many open
One
looks.
unbelievably
Everyone else
awesome
is scoring
taste.
the basketball.
Come ready.
Passing lanes
You
open.
don't quit,
So that's the
and
Shane
neither
Richards
should your
effect
bar.
and Rich
Come
Williams
ready
effect when they
for the
come out and
competitor
they're
in
in
you.
aggressive attack mode.
Mentioned I thought Shane was going to have a chance at the lone 3-point record he does not have. That is the single game record for threes, which, for those of you who are wondering, the single game record for most made threes.
Would that be me?
No,
Thank
unfortunately, that is not held by Chris Williams. It's actually held by Bruce Seals.
Oh, I remember
He
Bruce
had
Seals.
9 in a game against Canisius.
I do remember that. That's when that crew was just starting to change the culture, and Bruce Seals was the showcase player, and he was allowed to shoot almost any time he caught it.
Shane did have 7, a career high for him. That was at Canisius earlier this year. He had 4 at halftime, and I thought he might have a shot at catching Bruce.
Well, just for the record, you may not remember this since I'm a Grizzly veteran. At one point, I did hold that record at 6. At one point. It was at 6, and I held the record.
And I don't doubt that at all.
Just letting you know.
2:39 to go here in regulation. Manhattan leading by 20, 78-58. A dominant performance by the defending back-to-back MAAC champions. 2:39 away from a date with Siena in the quarterfinals.
Well, I like that you said defending back-to-back champions, because during the course of the season, it's easily forgotten that the Jaspers have done that. Now, when you talk about the process, I wanted to break that down a little bit further. Teams like an Iona, a Monmouth, great regular season. Their system and the way they play is built for the regular season. Iona, they're going to win regular season championships all the time just because of the way they play. A team like Manhattan, they are ready to play in the tournament because they're building towards this. Iona may have a bad night because of the way they play and get knocked out, but the Jaspers play to win in this tournament.
Long pass out ahead as we get back to live action. Marist with possession, moving right to left. This building, which had been decently filled with Manhattan, Marist, and Siena supporters, getting a look at who their team would face on Saturday, has vastly emptied as Kristen Paulson hits a 3. He's got 7 points. Not sure if that's considering the hour of the day or if that's considering the score. I have a feeling both have something to do with it. 17-point lead for Manhattan. Hart fouls Tyler Wilson as Shane Richards has gone to the bench in favor of Matt Maloney with 2:10 remaining.
Well, you don't want to get sloppy or loose at this stage of the ball game. You still want to be consistent and run your sets and be solid.
That was the 6th foul by Marist, so they're going to need to commit one more before free throws for Manhattan. Maloney to trigger the inbound, finds Waterman in the front court. Waterman double teamed, and did he get fouled? No, they call an offensive foul on Waterman. That'll be the 4th foul on Zane. 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Zane will take a seat, replaced by Calvin Crawford, who's had a nice game of his own.
Well, that action took place right in front of us. You have to give Zane credit for being strong with the basketball. Did have the elbows up. I think in a different setting, that's a no call.
2 minutes to go here in this one. All but a formality as the Jaspers lead by 17. Funk out for Lamb. His 3 on the right side, in and out, no good. Crawford the rebound. Calvin, 16 points, 8 boards here today. As Storrs driving, fouled by Paulson, and Rashawn will be at the line for a 1-and-1.
That's a veteran move there by Rashawn Storrs, understanding that Paulson's on his hip, drawing that contact, so he'll get to the free throw line.
78-61, Jaspers by 17. With a minute 45 to go as Storrs hits on the free throw. Rashawn with 8 points. Missed on the second one, but Tyler Wilson getting in there amongst the trees for an offensive rebound.
If you're Marist, you can't allow Tyler Wilson to get in and get an offensive rebound off a free throw.
And then Lamb deflected a long pass as Storrs was trapped at midcourt. Tried to throw it all the way down to the baseline for Crawford. It got tipped out of bounds by Lamb.
And that's a winning play that's overlooked. Tyler not giving up.
There have been a number of those here throughout this game. You look at the first half, notably Shane Richards diving for a loose ball in the midst of that 17-2 run. It helped keep that run alive. Tom Capuano running in for a steal, running in for an offensive rebound after he missed the free throw.
No question that Shane Richards' play diving on the floor set the tone for being aggressive.
Wilson splits a double team, bounce pass for Rich Williams. The reverse layup is good.
2 juniors connecting, Wilson to Williams. I'm having flashbacks.
Marist emptying the bench as Clyburn with a left elbow jumper in and out, no good. That's Courtney Clyburn, the freshman out of Rochester, New York. Joined the team as a walk-on this year. 1 minute to go. Manhattan leading by 20. Richards tried to split a double team and he got fouled. So Shane is at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity with 1:02 remaining.
Jasper's about to take a couple of players out of the ball game. Shane Richards at the free throw line. Looks like Matt Maloney will come in for him. Getting a great job by him, showing good senior leadership with his play and effort.
Shane with 27 points. Misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound pulled in by Paulson. This has been something that Steve Masiello has asked and been trying to find all season long, as driving inside on the block, laying it in. That's Kyle Doherty, the freshman from Reno, Nevada. Another walk-on player. As Marist calls a timeout with 53 seconds to go. Rather, they say no timeout, excuse me. 81-63. Shane Richards checks out for the last time. Rich Williams, Tom Capuano, Tyler Wilson, Samson Aquilo, Matt Maloney, also known as the future of Manhattan basketball, out on the floor. These 5 gentlemen as Wilson splits another double team, runs down the floor, leaves it for Maloney. Matt drives baseline, now pulls it back out for Capuano. Heads up play by the walk-on there. Doesn't need the score, especially that early in the shot clock. Brings it back out, lets more time come off the clock. Williams inside, lost it, gets it back. Aquilo trying to find a spot to go. Threw it to nobody in particular. Maloney tracking it down. Aquilo diving on the floor. And a jump ball, possession error to Marist.
Again, another hustle play. Matt Maloney could have allowed that ball just to go to a Marist player. He comes in, tried to tie it up, ties the possession up, even though the arrow's going to Marist. The Jaspers, again, playing this game out to the end.
25 seconds remaining. Jaspers leading by 81-63. Funk into the corner. Doherty a three. Too long. He airballed it. Rebound pulled in by Paulson. A three on the right side from Clyburn. That's no good. Rich Williams tracks down the rebound. Long pass out to Sampson. Akilo. And with 6 seconds, Akilo missed the dunk. That's how this one's going to end. Not pretty for Manhattan as Lee throws up a half-court heave. But Manhattan dominant from the start. They led for all but 19 seconds in an 81-63 drubbing of Marist.
Best way to put this was a championship-type performance. Keep in mind, the Manhattan Jaspers are the back-to-back defending champions.
Steve Masiello surpasses Fran Fischilla for the most tournament wins in Manhattan College history. His 9th. The Jaspers, as a program, improved to 27-29 in the conference tournament. They will face Siena on Saturday night. Joined now by the associate head coach, Matt Grady. Coach,